Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome everyone. I'm going to give a few minutes for everybody to join in. Hello, Free Spirit Press News. I am actually streaming from the mines, from the Gathering app within my group on the mines. Like I said, after the past year being away from things, and the half of the year that when I was doing stuff with pirate radio podcasting, a lot of things have changed about how I look at the mines. For those that would like to join, they may want to join in the conversation. You can come over. There's a link in my description. It'll bring you right to the group. You'll probably, if you don't have an account, you'll have to create an account. But I got to give credit where credit's due to Bill Ottoman and Jack Ottoman. They've created a platform that has become amazing, especially when we're dealing with all the free speech issues that we're dealing with on platforms. And I'm going to show you that before we get started, so you can see how threatening the minds have become. There's some aspects I don't agree with. I'm not, but that's my opinions and views, and it has nothing to do with the platform and site. What the policies they've put in place, their TOSs, it has become an amazing place. And let me go fix something real quick before I get feedback. All right. It's become an amazing place and the leading example of how free speech platforms should be ran. Is there pros and cons to it? Yes, there's some things that I've been seeing that need to be addressed, and hopefully the admins and the founders, which I was shocked to learn a couple of you founders that I didn't know founders. I don't know if you want it public, so I won't say nothing. But yeah, you kind of shocked me when I found your name in the founder section after a founder had subscribed to me over here on the mines. Like I said, there's been some interesting things. I can't see chat right now, guys. But feel free in the group, you're on the group, feel free to open up the chat box and chat from there. I'll answer. But I want to show you this, just so you guys understand. Oh wait, I can't do it from there. I gotta do it from the mines, which is cool. I can just go right here. I can share to Twitter just fine. Cool, done, easy. Now, here's where censorship comes into play. This is how threatened certain platforms are about the mines. And I found this interesting. I'm just going to go ahead and share it to my timeline. Oh wait, I got a group I haven't shared it to yet. And the funny thing is I've encountered this sharing content from here to Facebook to my own personal page, to where even once I go robot, and it don't do it to anything else, and I'll show you from the YouTube where I can just share it instantly, no problems, because it's coming from YouTube. Which is a funny thing is because I am actually streaming from YouTube right here from the mines, from the Gathering app for my group, which has been an amazing tool, and I'm going to touch on that too, as well as the jury system, the TOSs, and policies. And what I see is making this site so great and an amazing free speech platform. Of course, I see I'm going to be having internet issues. So you come over here and you got to go through this process. Click I'm not a robot, then click submit. Sometimes I got to go through this process twice. We'll see if they make me do it again. Okay. But now, just to show you that I can come over here. I hope you don't mind, Free Spirit Press. I'm going to do this. I'll put my name to it. And I won't even have an issue. I'll share as me. Not a problem. So yes, we know that certain sites, that's a form of censorship that Facebook's pulling. If we want to share our content from the mines, they're trying to label it as a not a safe site. Funny link. And that's the problem we're facing. Yes, I've been hammering censorship, freedom of speech. That's part of what my channel's about. It's about many other things. But it's also bringing you guys great places to come to. Does that mean we run from YouTube, run from Facebook, run from Twitter? No, that's not the answer either. But I am going to support the Minds as a free speech platform. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how much improvements they made and the systems they put in place that keeps people from losing their content, getting banned. It's amazing. Yeah, I see headaches, and no matter where we go on any platform, there's going to be the damn trolls. We know it. There's going to be people that just want to thumbs down our stuff, report our stuff, because that's what they do. That's what they've been taught to do. I am going to close this out. Like I said, I don't need it. And it's just going to be one more tab that slows things down. But like I said, you guys want to chat, you can go ahead and chat in here if you don't want. And give me about a little bit to run through a few things, and I'll open, and you guys can join me in the gathering if you want to voice your opinions. That's the thing. We all have opinions and views. They may differ. I mean, my opinions and views changed about the mines. I wasn't a big supporter, big fan, because I'm not a fan of the blockchain and crypto systems. But I see things working here differently. Am I a part of the crypto side of things here? No, I don't have my wallet turned on. I did when they first turned everything over, and I found the loopholes in that and pointed it out to people, how it could be abused. I wouldn't recommend doing it now because you'd be violating the mine's TOSs and policies, and it will get you instantly banned, which is I agree with, because that's manipulation of a currency. Pretty much, well, to get banned from this site, you got to commit a crime, or it's got to be a crime, a real crime, not a thought crime, not your opinion, or you want to be a troll and try to get people's stuff deleted. Doesn't work that way here. And I've just got jury duty again today, so I'm getting quite familiar with how the jury duty runs, and I'm getting familiar with how it's starting to get, how it could possibly be abused, which is, I'm directing that towards the mind, something to look into. We'll get into that in a bit. You know, I want to keep on subject here, not make this a ramblings of a chaotic mind or where I just jump from topic to topic. You know, I didn't like it how they first did it, but I also, we got to realize, I hope I'm coming in good, guys. It looks like I am. Oh, yeah, I got to go to my settings. This is the other thing. Let's discuss this first, because so many people, if you don't want to see mature adult content, go into your settings, be a responsible adult, a responsible teenager, a responsible human being, and uncheck mark it. Click save, and for the most part, you should be safe. Unless, somebody's not being respectful enough to mark their content not safe for work. Does happen, and they do get reported, and their channel will eventually get marked not safe for work. They won't get deleted, they won't get removed, they won't get banned, but they will have their channel marked not safe for work. If you lose your appeal on the jury system, your channel will be marked not safe for work, or your content will be marked not safe for work. Wow, that's a complete difference from everybody else. Different than YouTube. YouTube would just give you a strike, 2 strikes, 3 strikes, you're gone. Or they'll just flat out remove your content without even, sometimes without even notification. You just go, where'd the video go? Then you got to search for it in your, I use Gmail, so sometimes they'll hide. I haven't encountered this, but I've watched videos from other people that have had this happen. They'll put it under social, not straight to your inbox. Dirty, right? Thank you for the upvotes, guys. But then it's safe. Now it's safe for me to come to my news feed, because otherwise it wouldn't be. Because as you see, I keep it marked because I follow people. Some people I don't. Oh wait. Okay. I just recognized a channel that I know is not safe for work. But they usually post. See, people are respectful. They do tag their stuff, not safe for work. There's a couple people I see tagging their stuff. I don't understand why they do it, because there's no nudity. There's nothing violating any rules. But let's get to the rules part, because that's what many of you guys have been talking about. Uh, Give me a second. Huh. Thanks for the downvote. I guess you guys don't know me well enough yet. Downvotes make me very happy, because that means I triggered you. I made you think and question something. So thank you for the downvote. Doesn't bother me. In fact, I enjoy it. That means I'm getting under your skin, making you think and question, which is our job. As a streamer, our job is to make you think and question. I can't tell you how to live your life. I can't tell you what is right or wrong, because I haven't lived a day or a mile in your shoes. But my job is to make you think. So let's go down here to content policy. I hear, been watching, people are 50-50 on this for the most part, on the content policy. The goal of mine is to have a fair, transparent, and ethical moderation practice. And thus far, what I've seen is fair. Is there changes going to need made? Yes. With all good things, people find a way to abuse it and use it. This is, this is what everybody's not really understanding it. To ensure that the decisions are made as democratically as possible, we developed a jury system based on the Santa Clara principle. To review appeals, the jury consists of 12 unique, active users whose objective is to vote on appeals. If 75% or more agree with the appeal, the administrative action is overturned. For more information about the jury system, read the blog. I highly suggest you read the blog. All right, guys. Okay, I'm going 5x5. Cool, Brie. I'm going to pull this over here so I can actually read it. This is the current moderation systems function as follows. Users, reports, content, or channel. And I am going to jump on this right now before we even touch on the jury, because this is getting used and abused. There comes a point in somebody's behavior that when it becomes repetitious, it is no longer a process where you can trust their views and opinions, because some people are just maliciously going after individuals on all platforms. This is the reason we have such a problem with censorship, because people have been taught and told, report, report, report. If it offends you, report. You know what happens when you make a false claim and a false police report? Oh yeah, you're going to jail. And I'm bringing this up for a reason. This is my concern with the jury system. I love it. I think it is a leading example of what needs to be done. Let our peers judge our content. Yes, we're going to find people that can't keep an open mind. It's not everybody's open-minded enough. Okay, yes, it might offend me, but is it breaking the rules? No, it is not breaking the rules. So therefore, you should accept the appeal. If it is breaking the rules, then you should reject the appeal. It's that simple. But what happens, and I'm posing this question to you guys here on the Minds, what happens when that 75% of the jury becomes the trolls. Because they're active, I mean, I don't know, you might have things in place to prevent that from happening. But let's say it does. Now we're going to have people's channels becoming marked not safe for work, their content marked not safe for work, when it is not, and it's not violating your policies and terms of service. I have a huge concern because I can see it being used and abused. And I wanted to address that because I see it happening more and more. And it's not saying I don't appreciate and like the policy, because I love it. This is finally the first step we see to establishing a free speech platform and protecting that free speech. And I give my hats off to all of you creators, CEOs, and the labels and abbreviations go on and on. You guys have done an awesome job thus far. My staff accepts or rejects the report. So before it even gets to the jury, it goes to the next step. If accepted, user is notified and given a chance to appeal. Although the one I had to do a jury duty on, not going to give no names, not going to show you the content, because I believe that should be kept private. But what I've seen is, to me, this was something you could watch on PBS. Somebody took some pictures of an animal eating its prey. Great, great photography. Does it violate the terms of service? No. It's nothing I can't go on PBS, which is more directed for children, on National Geographics or any of those, and watch. This is just clearly trolls being trolls, people probably from PETA, which activism has its place. And their rights and freedoms need to be protected as well, until they start infringing upon others and doing just that, getting a bunch of people to come and report content. That's where we got to put places to put a stop to that. If you're abusing that and you become known as somebody that's abusing it, let's get rid of them. We'll suspend them for 30 days. They do it again, a permanent ban. If you become a habitual offender, let's use that word, because it becomes a habitual habit, let's put an end to that. Let's put our foot down. Let's show them what a true free speech platform is. Let's not even have to worry about it. Because, I mean, for me, my personal opinion, that content that I had jury duty should have never got past the mine staff, because it doesn't violate your terms of service. I understand that you're probably testing out the jury, seeing how it works. I get that. I've built platforms, worked on platforms, so I get the beta testing aspect of things. And I'm going to give it time to see if changes does happen, because obviously I didn't give mines enough time to grow in the past. I'm reaping the rewards of being over here now and being active. I mean, I'm growing my followers. I'm growing my group. It's making me want to put more content out, do more, be more active, upvote more people's stuff. I don't normally boost my like I said, I don't mine the crypto aspect. So I'm picky about what I boost. Did I boost this one? Yes. But have I boosted it? I don't think I boosted the last two videos. I do because I got to be picky. It's got to be on topics that I think people need to hear about. So I'm picky how I use my points. Plus I'm picky because, don't got the greatest internet connection, don't got the greatest computer. I mean, it's getting old. It's almost 5 years old, and it's starting to show on a lot of things. I can't do a lot of things I used to be able to do. And I like the fact if accepted, users is notified and given a chance to appeal. And when they do appeal, it comes to the jury. And I've already kind of given my issues with that. It's not an issue. I love it. I approve it. I'm just worried that it's going to get used and abused. Like I said, what happens when that 75% becomes the very ones that are reporting the content? And like I said, I can't actually answer that because I don't know if you've got safety procedures in place or not. But let's show you guys strikes of offenses so you guys can see this whole thing, how this process works. Then we'll get on to talking about other things on the minds and what I think and view. These are my opinions. Users receive a strike for certain violations of content policies. Users will be notified about the strike, which term was violated, and which piece of content was in violation. All strikes can be appealed to a Minds jury. Individual strikes will expire after 90 days. Cool. That's not much different than YouTube on that part. Well, it's supposed to expire. I've heard some, and we know people on YouTube's gotten strikes, gotten strikes for videos that's been up for years, and we also know they've gotten strikes for and lost their channels for videos that they had deleted. Something to think about, because nothing ever is deleted off the internet. And if you actually would have read Google's and YouTube's policy, you would have known that. They archive everything in case of future police involvement needing the information. And that's pretty much all standard on any platform. I mean, when I was building mine, that was the first thing one of the lawyers told us we had to do. Build an archive site. We can't delete everything because any legal process takes place in the future. They need to be able to have access to that. But they have to have a warrant or a FOIA, or not a FOIA, but you know what I mean. FISA. So basically, if you're not getting hit with a FISA or a warrant, you don't have to turn the information over. They got to prove it's actually been a crime to be investigated. Like I said, people don't understand all the back end stuff either. The following violation will result in a strike. Untagged, not safe for work post. 3 strikes required for each individual not safe for work category. Strike 1, warning. Strike 2, second warning. Strike 3, full channel marked not safe for work. Wait, what is it? Full channel marked with not safe for work. Not deleted, not banned. Their content isn't removed. Perfect. Now this is where you can get banned, and I agree 100% on this aspect. Harassment and spam, there's no place for it. And if you want to talk about people reporting content like that, does start to become harassment when they keep doing it to the same people. I watched them do it to one person. I got 3 juries in 24 hours on 3 different videos by the same person. That is clearly harassment, especially when his content did not violate the terms of service and the guideline policies. Strike 1, warning. Strike 2, a warning. Your third strike, bye, you're banned. Agree. I think everybody with common sense can agree that is the way it should be. Spam may result in immediate ban if determined to be malicious or by use of a bot. And yes, I agree 100% on that as well. Immediate ban offenses. This is good. Users will be immediately banned for certain violations of content policies. Users will be notified about the ban and which term was violated, but they will not be able to see the content that was violated as it will be removed from the Minds. Appeals on immediate bans will be reviewed by the Minds admins and not a jury due to the nature of the content. Now, here's what's going to get you. Illegal. Terrorism, pedophilia, extortion, fraud, revenge porn, sex trafficking. I think we can all agree on that aspect. There's no place for that anywhere in this world. Doxing, personal confidential information. There's no place for that in this world. In fact, people who are doxing should be charged with a crime themselves because they're putting people's lives in danger. They're ruining families. Malware. There's no place for that. Sorry, I don't like my computer infected with malicious viruses. Token manipulation, common sense. Impersonation, another common sense. Incites a true, let me reiterate, incites a true threat of violence. Not a thought, not a view, not an expression, a true threat of violence. Well, we say, what is a true threat of violence? I mean, if I threaten to come over to your house and cause violence, that can be considered a true threat of violence because I'm making a threat to come over to your place. That's an example. I'm sure there's somebody can come with some better examples because that one could probably be argued in court and they might win. But it is because when you got to understand there's a difference between expression and action. Once you move away from expression, certain words can be shown that are not expressive, that more or less correlate into a threat of violence, or it's no longer considered expression. The Supreme Court's actually ruled on that one. Hate speech, guys, sorry, is not a crime. It has actually been ruled on by the Supreme Court several times, and it is protected under the Constitution. So, and I'm glad I don't see that in here. Boost policy. Boost is the advertising network on the mines. Users may exchange mine tokens to boost their content and receive views from the network. Users may not boost any content that is in violation of copyright policy. Additionally, users may not boost content that appeals on a moderation decision, exceeds boost rate limit, is a help and support request, is selling mine tokens, contains content from banned users, on-chain payment failed, original post has been removed. Common sense. If you'd like to appeal a boost rejection, you may do so by emailing info@mines.com with the post in question and the reason for why you believe it should be accepted. Actions taken in the last 30 days. Actions taken by Mines, 848. Appeals, 194. Actions overturned, 96. And that number is a little bit higher because like I said, I know the three that I did isn't, or 4 total is not even represented on here. So, and I know they were overturned because I've seen the content later today on the Mines. So this policy works. It's common sense. The problem is we've got people that are coming over here in droves now, trying to pull the same crap they pull on Twitter, the same crap they pull on Facebook and Gab, because they've been taught to do that. And with this policy, yes, it's going to help us, but it's an aggravation when we start constantly getting bombarded. Like I said, I haven't really had no issues, but I don't have no issues. I haven't had issues pretty much anywhere other than Facebook. Wow, I get murdered on Facebook. 2016, I think went almost the whole year without being on Facebook because I was suspended. It's got to the point where I don't like sharing my stuff over there. I'm not there for that anymore. I'm there for family and close friends. But I still have my groups and I still share. Knowing the risks, they no longer just suspend me from the group. They suspend my whole page. It used to be I just got suspended from my own group or page. Now I get suspended from the whole thing. So, and it sucks. And what also sucks, if I to share this from right straight to my timeline, more than likely I have to go into my activity feed and hit accept to actually have it show on my activity feed. That's the other trick they're using. We don't deal with that here. I know a lot of people are going to DLive. I mean, if they take time, that's the thing, guys. Be responsible. Take the time. Yes, I know it takes forever to read through all the TOSs and understand all the tricky legal terminology and the terms and labels they use. Just take the time and read it. If you would, most of you would quickly find out DLive has the same TOSs that every platform has. In fact, every platform copies each other and uses it because it works. Their TOSs aren't meant to protect you, it's meant to protect them. And that's straight from a lawyer's mouth, too. Because they gave us issues the way we worded our TOS back when we were creating our platforms and hosting side of things. It got to the point when I finally had a constitutional lawyer says, and it doesn't matter where you go, it doesn't matter where you put your server. Once you get so far ahead, they're eventually going to force you to adhere to censorship. If you don't, you guys can use your imagination. Yeah, it's that bad. And after that point, I was done with it. What's the point? The whole point was create a platform where we didn't have to worry about it. Why? Because this ain't new, guys. What you're seeing on Facebook, Twitter, Gab, everywhere is not new. They beta tested this stuff in '09 on social platforms like Ning, Spurts, and I can't even begin to remember all the ones we migrated to, jumped to, tried. It's happened on all of them. Then everybody said, well, the answer is create your own website, get a hosting provider, build your own platform. Okay, we tried that. Guess what? Didn't work. It gets to the point where we got corporations and politicians interfering in constitutional matters. The money. It's all about the money. Well, that content offends us. You have to remove it. If you don't, you got 20. Basically, they tell them you got 24 hours to remove it. If you don't, you're losing your site. Witnessed it twice with Gab. And that was actually another post, an article just this week on Twitter about Gab. Some group that they were working with has banned them. You know, how many people have lost their apps, got their apps removed from Apple, Google, but yet, interesting post just the other day, but yet the Fatwa app that most jihadists and radicals are using is in the top 100 and they will not remove it. But they'll remove Gab's app. They'll remove, I'm not even mentioning the name of that CIA plant. You guys figure it out. Go back and watch some of my videos. I'm not giving that idiot any credit for anything. He's just as much a part of the problem as everybody else. You know, I see that Zuckerberg's moving to cryptocurrency. Yeah, it's his last ditch effort to try to save something that he created. Not that he really cares because he's made millions. He's set for life. Now he's going to try to make more. It's greed. And he's going to force people off. You know, there's pros and cons. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with everybody messing with the crypto, getting on the blockchains. It's something new, something different. Because eventually, the truth be told, one day we're not going to have any paper currency, any coins. It will all be crypto. That's just a fact. Whether people want to realize it, recognize it, or not. And it ain't going to be individual currencies like we have now. Enjoy that while you have it. But I'm hoping that's a long ways down the road. Like I said, I have my own views and opinions on the crypto side of things. This ain't about the crypto. This is about a free speech platform. And that's what the minds have become. The leading example of what free speech platforms should be. Are you going to have your trolls? Yes. Why? Because they're going to send people over here to attack it. Just like they do in every place else. Attack these people. Bring it down. Do your best. That's what they tell them. Here, we'll even pay. Some of them are getting paid to come over here and attack people's content. So why not enforce a new rule? And it's quite common sense. If I file a false police report, I'm going to be charged. Let's do the same. If it's a repeat offender, we can do the same. And in fact, we can go as far, and there's software out there for the mines. I'm sure you've looked into it. If not, there's open source software out there where only the admins or who you set can see each person's IP address, and you can ban the IP address. So they can't come back on your site. I mean, there's some actually good software. I had some real good software for YGO8 that allowed me not just to get their IP, but any proxy IP, proxy servers they were using. That's how we kept the bots and the spammers off our platforms. That's how we kept the pedophiles off when we found them. As soon as we found them, they were also reported to the Federal Bureau, to the FBI and local police and state police, because there's no place for that either. As far as the nudity goes, the porn and stuff like that, be grown-ups. If you don't want to see it, uncheck that mature filter. In fact, don't check it, because I remember right when I first joined here, that mature filter's unchecked. You have to check it to be able to see it. If you see a post you don't like, thumbs down it, or just scroll past it. That's your options. And another credit to the Mayans. Now, we're used to YouTube. For those that monetize, I've heard them complain about it. I've never monetized my channels, because when you do, another system that got used and abused, they drew everybody in, then they used it to wait so they could censor them, threaten to take their monetization, or be more stricter on the ones that monetized. That's exactly what they did. Here, you don't get punished for a strike. You don't lose a percentage or nothing. Or not strike, I mean thumbs down. See, I I see what these guys, what people over here at Minds did, the creators and the administrators. They looked at everything. They've seen what was broken on these things, and they're slowly fixing those things. You know, it made me have to come back and revisit this. Is crypto and blockchain for everybody? No. But if you want a platform where you're going to have the freedom, I mean, I get interaction, more interaction over here than I have anywhere. But then again, I'm starting to grow a little bit more everywhere I'm at. I mean, I'm quickly growing on Twitter, which shocks me, because I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I know that. My WordPress site is growing. Is it necessarily the content that I do on videos and live streams? Not so much. It's more the poetry and the writing stuff that I put over there as well. But it's slowly, I'm starting to see those people start liking and following other content that's on there. Sword.9, you've gotten 2 likes on your last live stream. Actually, total of 4 now. Actually, you're doing better than I do on my live stream, so good luck. That's what it's about, finding these places. And trust me, WordPress, I've watched them remove people for having an opinion and a view that differs from the status quo. There's no place that I've found up until this year, and not even this year, these last few weeks, 4 or 5 weeks since I've been back from North Carolina, to where I've actually now got internet and can actually get on here. I mean, I'd like to see an app so I can use it for my phone, but hey, I know how that works too. But I also know you can get independent people to build the apps, and you can offer it right from your website and don't have to deal with Google Play and Apple Store. I mean, but you guys, most people don't go to most people can't step outside their box and visit other places, so they don't know. There are apps out there that aren't on Google Play. But the other thing I want to discuss, let me jump back to my group here. This is one of the best awesome features I've seen on here in the Minds, especially for what I do. I do live streams. I do podcasts. That's my thing. That's what I do. I do that more than, I mean, I used to write. I've done 2 magazines. I did KOTR. That's went through like 3 name changes, but it's KOTR. I did that for almost 5 years, 4 years. Then 2 years ago, I started a magazine for Sons and Daughters of Liberty. But I learned my mistakes and lessons from the previous magazine, and it didn't get past the first issue because I'm not going to sit there and do it by myself. Not going to happen. Is it still on the table to come back? Yes, because I do enjoy doing that, but I'm not going to do it by myself, and it's not going to be just my stuff. That's not what Sons and Daughters of Liberty has ever been about. It's about all of you. It's about sharing your views and opinions. Even if I don't agree with them, you still have a place here because that's the way it should be. We shouldn't be offended by other people's content or scared of other people's contents or opinions or views. We should be respecting them. We should have open debates about it, not arguing about it. But I got off subject. The feature that I love the most, you see it flashing in red right there, the Gathering app that we have in our groups. Amazing because it allows me to do so much. It allows me to let people come in from my group. We can interact, chat. We can even, if we want, do a live stream from here, like I am doing right now to YouTube. Amazing app. But I have some issues with it, as many people probably will have, especially those of us that are on YouTube or those of us that use multi-stream for places like we use software like XSplit, OBS, Streamlabs OBS, because right now YouTube's getting ready to get rid of Hangouts on Air. Their version of it. It's not going, as far as I know, it's not going anywhere from our Gmail because that's their messenger. So we're not going to be able to do group videos anymore with people unless you can multi-stream and use a certain one of the softwares I name or the other ones that are out there that I don't know about. Because when they get rid of that, man, what am I going to do? I've got crap internet, so multi-streaming does not work for me. Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to come over here to the mines. I'm going to come over to my group. I'm going to create a gathering and stream it to YouTube. I'm still going to be able to do what I want, still be able to have people on. Yes, there's going to be a few things I can't do. See, I'm limited to a 5.1 internet connection. I'm also limited to, I got a crappy graphic card. I mean, I'm not running a gaming graphics card, a NVIDIA, like my other computers had. So it throttles my computer bad. You know, I got to work with the things I have, things I can afford. Right now, I can't afford nothing until I find a new job, which hopefully will be soon. You know, but the Gathering app, my suggestion, open it up to where we can either use Restream, be able to put a streaming key in other than YouTube, or fix it so we can just stream right from here. I don't know if you can do that because I do see it's a widget in a sense as much as an app, but it's awesome. In fact, let me see here. Make sure I get the name of it right. Jetsy.org. So that's where they're getting the Gathering app from. I'm not sure if it belongs to the mines or somebody that works with them, but it is an amazing app, but it needs a little tweaking. It needs to be set up so we can multi-stream or just stream from here and be able to share it everywhere else. These are just things, you know. I know this is in beta testing phase, but it's an amazing app. This is what a lot of us are looking for. A place where we can come, do our streams. You know, yeah, I do have an issue with only 15-minute videos. As you can see, I can't do a 15-minute video, and you can ask anybody. In fact, you go watch my videos. I might have one or two, and that's only because they were recorded from a camera. And I was just recording something to show. When I do stuff like this, they're an hour, hour and a half, sometimes two. I've done 8-hour streams. It depends on the interaction that I'm getting with in my chats, on how long it goes, the interaction that we're having with people that are coming into the hangouts or the gathering. I'd like to be able to one day be able to upload some of my videos here. Right now, I can't upload a single one, except for the one I just did showing what my property looked like, how flooded it is from all the rain we got. I mean, I tried to do this talking about the jury system, and I still couldn't do a 15-minute video. Well, I decided, well, you know what? I'm just going to come over here and use the gathering and do a live stream. I am not going to unlist it. I'm going to open it up to everybody, share the link, everybody. Let everybody see the changes. Let everybody see. I mean, come on, guys. I boosted my content for this video. I mean, but today, remind you, I did have one jury duty, so that's 25. But you're rewarded for everything you do on it, checking in, reminding other people's content when they remind your content. Every time somebody votes it up, it's 1 point, 2 comments. When you get new subscribers, it is an awesome system. You can build tokens pretty quick, as you can see. I mean, I'm pretty good at building, and I'm not on here all the time, so we'll just go back to when I got back on the 31st. So go back to the first. I gotta minimize this. I'm just more active now. I wasn't that active, I'll be honest. And this gives me the ability to boost content, my content, or other people's content. I think it should be seen. Or wire somebody some tokens that deserve it for doing great work. As you can see, normally I was averaging about 20. I'm coming over here. That was because of jury duty 3 times right there. In fact, you can see it. Jury duty twice. Oh, I got jury. Okay. It was within a 24-hour period. The other one's right here, I think. Yeah, there was the other one. It was within a 24-hour period. I mean, so you're rewarded for your interaction. In turn, you can take these tokens. For those that want to get on the crypto side, you set up your receiver, your on-chain receivers, and your wallet and go to town. I mean, the only reason I got 0.275 in my receiver because when they first transferred over, you had to have the receiver on. Now you don't. I had my receivers turned off because something happened, which I've heard they fixed it, so we're not even going to talk about that. See, they do fix things, they do make changes, and I'm happy to see that because that's what we want. We want to see the sites improving, listening to feedback. I mean, I literally had to get rid of my Brave browser and the, what is it called? MetaMask. And it wasn't any fault on the mine's part. It was just, people abuse things. If somebody abused it, and yeah, it wreaked havoc on my computer system. But they fixed that, but I have no need to turn it on. It's not what I don't know. I don't know. Maybe one day I might get into it. Opinions change and views change as you learn about things. But I mean, yeah, I got to be careful. And that's the thing, guys. Be respectful. Play by the rules. Make sure you mark. If your content's not safe for work, please mark it that way. But it's not much different than Twitter or Facebook. In fact, I think it's better in many ways. And the fact that I'm not having to worry about censorship. I know what content I need to mark not safe for work when I'm using excessive language. I have to do it on YouTube. I mean, I've been on YouTube. I've not received a strike, a community guideline violation, haven't had no videos removed. But then again, what did I do different? I didn't monetize. I learned that lesson from other people. I learned that lesson from on a gaming channel I had. You don't repeat the same mistakes. And the mines aren't, thus far that I can see. They're making things better. Oh, yes. And they're becoming To me, this is my opinion and view. Take it with a grain of salt, but I think many of you agree. This is becoming the premier platform of free speech. It ain't Twitter. It's definitely not Gab. Sorry, Gab ruined that when they removed somebody's content. They ruined it when, well, can't, when somebody came in, the hosting provider they were using told them you have 24 hours to remove this person's content. The only reason they never even had a chance to either lose it or take a stance because the person that put the content off took it down because he didn't want them to lose their platform. Should have been a stance taken right then and there. No, we're not going to do it. But give me 1 second. I got to answer a text before they blow up my phone. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own opinions and views. What I'm seeing from the minds right now is amazing. Things they're offering. To me, the gathering apps got me thrilled. The jury policies got me thrilled. The way they're doing things. Yes, there's cons to it. There's places where I can see it's going to get abused. We need to find a way to take action, to stop these trolls and these people that are becoming habitual at targeting people and harassing people because they don't like their content. There's a difference. If the content is violating, then it should be reported. We have that due diligence. It should be reporting content like that. But if it's somebody's opinions and views and it doesn't violate the TOS and you just want to report it because it offended you, no. Maybe it's you that needs to have a reality check and taught a lesson. Go do that police report and see what happens. There's no difference. And I think that's where a clear stance needs to be made. I'm not saying that's the right answer. I'm sure people out there come up with better answers. But I do see that as a fix. And if they become really habitual offenders, straight up banning their IP address, there should be no place for that on any platform. Yes, I understand that you're going to have your issues with politicians. You're going to have your issues. That's what kind of separates blockchain right now from other platforms. They can get away from the advertisers because they're self-funded or they're funded through donations. So, but when advertisers get into play, and that's what scared me about the mines a couple years when they made the change completely over to the blockchain and crypto, that's was allowing advertisers in because there was a couple posts that was talked about bringing advertisers in. I get the aspect because I know I had to have funding to be able to build what I built before we walked away from it when we found out we weren't going to be able to do what we wanted to no matter what we did. Didn't have that kind of money. But I learned a lot from it. So actually I was rewarded far greater than any value of money could put because I got the knowledge, the wisdom from doing all that. I've got the experience from being over here for a couple of years now. 3, I think, 4, I don't know. It's been a while. I've been over here for a while. I've watched it grow. Yes, there was many things I didn't like about it, and I was vocal about it. I'm going to be vocal about anything I see. If I'm wrong, I'm going to come back and say I was wrong, and I was wrong. I didn't give this place enough time to grow and make the changes. I'm glad that I have an opportunity to come back and say that. Do I, because, I judged it by the crypto and the blockchain aspect of it. I have my own opinions and views on that. I know a little bit more about that than most people realize. And that's not my type of system. But I also have the views that every platform is a tool that you can use. You should be using it. Every place you go, you have a unique, different audience. Just like right now, I'm getting my audience that's on the minds, but I'm also getting my audience that's on Twitter, Facebook, Gab, Steemit, DTube, and the list goes on, WordPress, and YouTube. I think I said that already. Mainly because I'm able to stream right straight to YouTube from here. And that's something I'd like to see. I like to see that option stay there, but I like to see it opened up to where I can just put in my own stream key, whether it be a stream key from Periscope. I don't know if it's possible, but hey, it's a suggestion. And that's what it's about. I do know, I know Jaffe Ryder from World Pirate Radio podcast. He always told me, go, give your suggestions there. Problem is, I'm all over the place. I don't have time to get into these groups and always interact. Sometimes I'm working. Other times I'm just, it's hard to keep up. Sometimes you gotta, I've cut back things. Just like I'm getting ready to drop Gab. I'm not happy with Gab. Haven't been for a while, ever since they didn't take a stance. I'm not happy with the content that's being put in my face 24/7. There's difference. That's what I like about Twitter. The only people's content I see is those that I follow and the stuff that's promoted. And I've gotten to the point where it's something promoted that I don't like, or if it's an advertisement promotion, I'm blocking it. I don't want to see it. Because it's those advertisers that are part of the problem with the censorship to begin with. But I am impressed with what I've seen on the minds, and I will stand by what I have said throughout this video. This has become the premier example of what a free speech network platform site should be. And to that, my hat's off. You've done an amazing job. To anybody that's listening or will be listening to this later, come check out the Minds. Create an account. See for yourself. Get active. You need help setting something up? There's go over here. Help and support. Join that group. Or message me. You guys know it's not hard to find me. SDOL, Sons and Daughters of Liberty, SDOL 1776. That's what you'll find me on any platform. By one of those. And it would have been Sons and Daughters of Liberty here, except for I couldn't space it out, so SDOL works because it's SDOL 1776 on Twitter. It works. I'll help you out. I'll help you set things up. But, interact with these guys. Help and support. There's a group for suggestions, interacting with the founders and stuff, giving your opinions and suggestions. Do it. Continue to help make this platform better. Like I said, I had to take back some of the things that I said in the past, but it was also when they're going through their transition. I've been, just like those that know me, I've been highly outspoken against DLive right now. I can't watch anybody's video that's streaming there because all it does is buff. Video failed. In fact, you go watch anybody that's over there, go watch my last video that I tried to live stream, and I showed it when I went to show B Rich's live podcast, show my audience his. It just kept on buffing, then it went video failed. Although the video failed was on my end, on my own very own live stream. So, and they throttle people. They try to force you to come on there and stream every day, put hours in to build it up to get your verified partner. If I want to be verified over here, it's quite simple. That's in my settings, I think. It's 20 tokens for a verified mark and badge for a month. And I may do that when I reach 100, over 100 tokens, when I reach about 120. So, and I might not. The little verified check mark doesn't mean anything to me. I don't have an ego. I don't. Everybody has an ego. Let me rephrase. I don't let my ego. I keep my ego in check. So the blue check mark don't mean anything to me. Just like words. You can say whatever you want. Don't mean nothing to me unless I give it meaning. We get so easily offended with words or what people say. Why are you giving it power over you? I mean, but that's not for this place. That's for other videos. You've heard me rant on that before. But there's all kinds of possibilities, things that we can be doing on here. I'm not saying, and I will not say, and I'm probably not going to get too much love for this one, but the answer is still not running from YouTube, running from Facebook or Twitter. It's standing up. But when we find sites like this, we need to support them. We need to stand behind them and help them grow. That is what we should be doing. At the same time, standing up to platforms like YouTube, Twitter, Facebook that want to censor us 24/7, make us afraid that we can't say this word or we're going to get flagged by the algorithms. Please. You know how many times I've said those little words that you guys are so scared to say? Still standing. But that doesn't mean that it's not eventually going to happen to me, because eventually I am going to overstep my boundaries and they're going to get me. But go ahead. I got backups upon backups and I'm not going anywhere. And when you do that, oh, you haven't even seen the fire that I have. I will come at you 100% to the best of my ability. Then you'll find out who you're really messing with. And you should know. I've mentioned it. I've told you who I'm a direct descendant of. You can find my last name and my forefather's name on the Constitution. And I'm proud of that. Because that's what our country was founded on. That's why we have our freedoms. That's why we're talking about supporting this site and giving praise where praise and credit's due. Yes, I'll talk about the cons because we're supposed to, and I have. And honestly, my con list was short. I'm sure to some people, their cons would be because they're being, no, that's not their thing. Oh, there's too much nudity, or there's too much. Go on, check your mature filter. Scroll past it. Be an adult. For those that claim to be patriots, be a patriot and respect that they have a right to express themselves. Freedom of expression is part of the First Amendment. Quit being so judgmental. Because, in a sense, we're just as much as a problem as well. And that's the truth. Nobody's perfect, but we can make change. The Minds is making changes. So it's time that you guys start making changes. Start supporting sites like this. Those that are supporting DU Live, keep supporting it. It works for you. But understand it doesn't work for many of us. And quite frankly, I'm kind of disappointed because some of you guys will be leaving YouTube permanently. And guess what? I won't be following because I can't. I can't watch your videos until they make fixes and changes. But I will be patient. I won't make the mistake I made here with the Minds. And I'll let it grow. See if it makes changes. But I'm also going to give you guys a fair warning. Remember, that is a gaming platform for gamers. You come over there and start screwing things up, you're going to have the same problems. You guys went over on Twitch and screwed things up over there, and the gamers are still complaining about it because now their content's getting censored. Just a fair warning. And read their TOSs. I've heard judges say there's no excuse for ignorance of the law. It's your due diligence to know the law. It is your due diligence to know the policies, community guidelines, and TOS on any site you join. In fact, most of you check mark that you read them, and we know you don't. I know there's many places I haven't. Why? Well, because I know their TOSs. Most of them are the same. And that's going to be my cue to end this. I see that my streams hit the red, now yellow. That's going back to green. Okay. But I've talked enough. I've got to go deal with something personal here. They gave me a little bit of time to finish this. Guys, take advantage of the group. It's for those that are in this group, it is yours to post the content you want. Don't care what you post. Just abide by the place's rules. My rules are simple. You have your freedom of speech, your freedom of expression, use it. You want to use the Gathering app? I don't moderate. Be my guest. Come in here and use it. You want to live stream to YouTube from there? Put your own stream key in, because my stream key will vanish when I end this, and stream from it. If I see the thing glowing, I might come in and check in, but I ain't going to interfere. I'll just write, ask in chat. Use the tools that they've given us, or create your own group and start using it. This is just as much, this group, this is just as much as mine as it is yours. Thank you for the 144 people that have joined. Thank you for the upvotes. Thank you for the downvotes. You made my day. You really have. I get a laugh out of it, and it's funny. I know I did my job, so thank you. It's that simple, guys. We don't have to be offended by everything or triggered by everything. So why be triggered by somebody thumbing down your stuff? I find it funny. I think it's funny because I'm doing my job. Good looking out. That's better to me. That's better than an upvote. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy the upvotes too, but you know what I mean. But too many people get so easily offended. Then they want to go report your stuff. I don't care. I quit caring about simple, stupid, childish, third grade, junior high games a long time ago. In fact, I quit caring about those back in those days. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more than get under my skin. There's too many other important issues that get under my skin, like our freedom of speech being taken away, our rights and liberties being taken away, our corrupt politicians that are saying these sites and platforms need to come down. You need to censor or remove this person, completely violating the very oath of office they took. Those are the things that get under my skin. And it should be the very same things that get under your skin. The sex trafficking that we got going on worldwide, people that are trying to report it, that it's happening right in your own backyards here in the United States, are getting censored on platforms. You know, important issues that should be addressed. Well, guess what, guys? You want to address those things? You got a platform right here on the Minds. I hope to see you guys here. With that said, I want to give thanks to the creators of the Minds, the Ottomans. Amazing job you've done. To the admins, amazing job. And to all the people in the background, back end that keep things up and running, you guys are doing an amazing job. I look forward to continue to watch this platform grow and be a part of it. Thank you very much. I will see you guys all on the next one, whenever that may be. You guys have a beautiful and wonderful week, and be safe.